Hello, we're back. My name is Harry Tambuadco. Our topic this evening is the writ of kalikasan. Yes, I know. To stop the environment. Parang gano'n. About the BT, talong BT, forget, don't try to remember what it stands for. Ano yan, may mga whatever, medical code names, whatever. And the talong, which is the eggplant. With us, we have Attorney Zelda Soriano, who represents the position of the Greenpeace group together with Danny Oka. Danny, anong ginagawa mo sa Greenpeace? Other than people suing you. No, but really, you're also an agri-specialist, expert?
Yung position ko is a campaigner. So
A
basically
campaigner.
for the specific issue on agriculture and genetic engineering,
All right.
ang ginagawa ko is really moving policies, changing what the government does about food and agriculture in the Philippines.
But not necessarily to be adversarial for the sake of being adversarial. I mean, yung no to everybody. You know, because I hate all these people that rally in the streets that don't know what they're doing, with their hands up, fists closed, with red flags, and at the end of the day, they get paid 300 pesos, but they have no idea what they're rallying for. No, you see a lot of it in front of the U.S. Embassy. Maraming gago that go in the streets, and then media will tell us, you see, galit ang taong bayan. And then we come up with the surveys that endorse them, binayaran din the surveys. It's true, galit ang tao sa bayan. But the people don't even know who's fighting who. They're standing in the middle. Oh my God, what's going on? Before you know it, everyone's taken over. Where are we now, Attorney Zelda? Nasaan ka na ngayon? Anong status mo sa Court of Appeals dito sa writ of kalikasan? Let's go from there. Nasaan na tayo today?
Itong susunod na hearing, which is scheduled on August 12,
September 12.
rather September 12, is
Bukas.
no, the next day. Ay para magkaroon ng agreement kung ano-ano yung mga issues na dapat na sagutin at resolbahan ng korte. Kaya
Parang
in the
court
process,
showdown yan para mas mabilis ang argument.
Oo.
What you can
To
agree
simplify,
on.
oo.
Okay.
Simplify issues, at pag na-identify na yung issues, time to receive evidence in support of the issue.
Zelda, you're a lawyer. You know how the courts work. Now, how can a judge who's a man of the law, who studies the law, who does not necessarily study agriculture, in your case, you represent your field of expertise is agriculture, but you also study the law. So in your case, you're dual expertise. Unless they have your expertise, how can they arbitrate, mediate expertly, sinong tama, sinong mali? Di ba parang, ako, I can't see a judge, Court of Appeals. He's sitting there and he's looking at both of you. You're proposing this, ito ang, ito position namin. Yung judge sa gitna, oh my God, paano ko hindi ko maintindihan itong dalawa nito. Isa, Koreano magsalita, isa, Hapon. Di ba parang ganun, apples and oranges, so to speak. How do they
I
do
am
it?
sure na aaralin niya ng ating mga justices.
But even if they study,
Pero
is there comprehension to study
Well,
if there is no understanding and back study?
Well, they're introducing a method na kung saan ang mga experts ng magkabilang panig ay freely bibigyan ng pagkakataong magpaliwanag at i-challenge yung kanilang paliwanag para mula doon.
How will they arbitrate? On what grounds? Yon. So, kung saan kayo nagtutugma, okay, out na natin yon. Arithmetic. So, parang gano'n.
Well, ang isa namang kasing ground para resolbahin ang kasong ito ay ang patunayan yung scientific uncertainty ng issue na to. So, the fact na bawat panig ay magpapakita ng mga studies, magpapatunay ng mga scientific principles and truths at saka mga resulta ng mga experiments. Dahil bawat panig merong ganun, then the justices would see kung meron nga bang scientific uncertainty o may scientific certainty as to the safety and health ng BT talong field
So what you're
testing.
telling me is you're confident the integrity and the competence of the courts can rule adequately on this issue. Regardless of how you stand, you know that we should stop, or there's why there is a writ. You believe, you still have confidence in the courts that they can rule aptly.
With the rules of procedures for environmental cases na bago at karagdagan sa
But even
ordinary
the word
rules.
environmental and biodiversity, I doubt that our judges even are competent for these issues. because these are all modern day. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, this is not about
I
Hubert
can
Webb,
understand,
and
yeah.
crime. Iba ito eh. There is specific expertise study. You're talking of a new science. You're talking GMO. You're talking. Never mind the interest of the greed behind it. That's pushing it. But I'm just saying, you're confident that there's competence in those who are made to judge this?
Alam mo, Harry, with what I said, dahil merong rules of procedures intended for environmental problems, environmental cases.
Yes, as long as they stay within
Guide
those
yun.
parameters,
Oo,
okay
guide
lang.
yun.
Stay within
Kasi,
that realm.
oo, kasi malalim naman at maliwanag yung mga rules para magdesisyon sa isang problema na ang nature ay environmental.
So at the end, you're just gonna say, alam mo, it needs time, more time, simple. Mahirap na how to just subject nature into it. Parang ganun. But you're also talking science, and science can move. As time goes by, iba lumalabas.
Well, we are ready to present evidence, studies,
But you're confident
reports.
that it's okay.
We
So
are,
if you get
yes.
disappointed, don't come back to the show and say, hindi, mali ang judge. Danny, ikaw naman. Where are we now? Tinanim na yan, di ba? Nag-umpisa na. You have the writ. Attorney Zelda went out there. You have people promoting you behind you that believe in it also. Scientists as well. That's how I learned about you. Somebody who believes in this and asked me to put you on TV. But, okay sana kung pinag-aawayan pa nag-argue. Pero tinanim na, correct? Where is it right now? Tinanim na ito, you were saying, in 7 different areas of 1 hectare each. And what is the danger or what is the vulnerability that we can be subjected to or we are subjected to at this point?
Yung dun sa status ng field trials, ang sinasabi ng proponents kasi sa ngayon, wala pang nakatanim uli. Pero ang alam ko kasi, yung ayon...
Meron ba? Wala.
Sa ngayon wala kasi natapos yung harvest.
Okay.
Pero they are given extensions. Kasi nung sinimulan tong BT Talong project na to, yung ginrant na field trial contracts were up to this year lang sana na June. And they proceeded planting them in Laguna, in Camarines Sur, in
Basta 7 different
7
areas.
sites. Tapos napigilan siya sa Davao, sa North Cotabato, sa Leyte at Iloilo. Since hindi natuloy yung 4 na sites sa Mindanao at Visayas, nag-request yung proponents ng another 2 years to conduct the field trials. Yun yung sinusubukan namin pigilan ngayon at sana mapigilan namin through the writ of the kalikasan.
Pero hindi pa natatanim.
Naitanim dun sa 3 sites sa Luzon, Camarines Sur, Bai, Laguna.
Okay. Is there vulnerability in those 3 sites in Luzon na tinanim na?
Definitely. Kasi
Ano yung vulnerability na pwede?
kahit nasabihin nating 1 hektarya lamang ito, kung kumalat yung mga buto niyan, yung seeds. Kasi kung i-imaginein mo, kung
At kakalat talaga.
Oo,
Because as soon as it dries up, the wind, it blows it apart. That's nature. That's the agri.
Kung i-imagine kasi natin kung experimental site siya, iisipin mo, sana controlled siya, confined.
Ideal.
Kaso,
but when you plant it, it's not.
Ang field
Volatile
trial
na.
sites nila, wala man lang fine mesh net o takip man lang para iwasang mapasukan siya ng insekto, mapasukan ng ibon, at in turn, mailabas yung buto, mailabas yung prutas. Kahit sabihin mong 24 hours may nagbabantayan, makikita ba niya yung kulisap na may pumasok at lumabas, bitbit yung pollen. At ang sinasabi nilang mga measures, para sa amin, hindi sapat. Sasabihin nila 200 meters paligid ng trial site, pinuputol nila lahat ng talong na plant. Pero gaya ng nasabi ni Attorney Zelda kanina, hindi lang naman natin pinag-uusapan yung mga kilalang talong na varieties. Maraming mga wild na variety ang talong. In fact, may report nga na nagsabi na merong mahigit 500 klaseng talong at 1,000 kinds ng family ng talong na pwedeng malahian. So, alin doon yung mamimiss mo sa paglilinis mo? Kung tingin mo hindi naman mukhang talong, pero yung pala, pwede ring malahian ng BT talong, din mag-spread yan. So, yun yung pinaka-main concern namin. Kaya sa Greenpeace, hanggat hindi sapat yung literatura ng pag-aaral, doon mo muna siya gawin sa laboratory at huwag mo siyang ilabas.
What is the reason your proponents are so adamant in pushing this? Can you identify, can you measure a figure where the interests are drawn from? I mean, can there be money to be made, for example, in genetic engineering? GMO? Malaking pera ba yan? Pag pinayagan natin at pinaandar natin dito. bagay mamamatay lang naman Pilipino. Then maybe government will be happy. Less, hindi na tayo magawa 100 million. Kalahati na lang. I'm being sarcastic, no? But can we measure, can billions be made here?
Paano ba? Ang talong kasi per se, di ba, parang sasabihin natin it's an industry that is, it's actually the #1 high-value food crop in the Philippines as a vegetable. So, ibig sabihin, it's actually traded in a vast quantity. In fact, may nabasa nga ako na parang yung market ng talong is worth so many billions of pesos. Hindi ko lang alam kung ano
Exact figures.
Pero,
So, malaking pera din pala ito pinag-uusapan. Pero yung the genetic positioning to try and inject new science, which is GMO, di ba?
As a technology, since bago siyang produkto, so to speak, it's a product of technology, produkto ng company, Mahayco, Monsanto, Syngenta, etc. May kasamang patent yan.
Okay.
So, pag sa patent...
So sa atin yung patent, sa Pilipinas di ba?
Ang patenting is actually applied for not here but sa International Patent Organization.
Pero dito natin tina-trials. Hindi kaya mali yun?
Yung trial dito, yung variety ng talong, yung
Okay.
GMO na talong. Pero yung gene na ipinasok, yun yung in-applyan ng patent ng company.
Okay.
So, kung pag-uusapan natin is yung technology, no? We're talking about a company owing a particular gene na nandun sa talong. Hindi yung seed, hindi yung prutas, kundi mismong gene. Once na lumahi yan sa iba't ibang klaseng talong, yung gene will always be transferred. Kasi part yun, di ba, nung
Of course.
paglalahi.
Mutate na yan.
Oo. So, imaginein mo na yung mga talong na yan, lahat, may patent na nung company, and therefore, it's actually owned by the company eventually. And that's what's
But
happening.
if I plant it, may share ba yung lahi na yan? They can ask for a share? Hindi naman pwede.
It's happening in the US. Halimbawa,
You're
ikaw,
kidding me.
yes. Ikaw
You mean
yung,
if I buy my seeds from you and I grow it, I have to give you royalty, a share of the
Yes, you will.
output? No, hindi pa payag ang farmer natin. Gera na yan.
yan ang nangyayari sa US. In fact, ang Monsanto sa US nagdedemanda ng mga farmers for non-payment of their royalties.
Grabe pala itong kumpanya nito. No?
Oo. Ang laki-laki ng pera nilang ginagastos para lang manghabol ng mga farmers na yan. Halimbawa, ikaw, nagtanim ka ng non-GMO corn. Katabi mo yung nagtanim ng GM corn. Isang masamang hangin, lumahi yung corn na GMO sa'yo. Makontaminate. Pagpunta sa'yo ng taga Monsanto, magte-test.
May share ako dyan.
Oo, may share ako dyan. Pay me so much per acre. Pag ayaw mo, demanda ka. Magbabayad ka sa kanila eventually.
Wala na magtatanim yan. Tayo rin ang kawawa. Kawalan tayo ng talong.
In fact, dito yung BT corn ang hindi lang na ipapaliwanag talaga maayos sa mga magsasaka. Pag baliktarin mo yung etiketa ng sako ng seeds, meron yung proprietary agreement na sinasabing kahit binili mo sa Monsanto yung seeds na yon, wala ka pa rin karapatan as farmer
Parang
na
royalty.
Wala kang right i-breed, wala kang right na ariin yung seed na yon kasi pag-aari pa rin yun ng kumpanya kahit binili mo na sa kanya. So it actually limits yung access. Kaya ngayong usapan ng biodiversity sa agriculture, di ba? Parang imbes na you have 100 kinds of talong, 100 kinds of corn na iba't ibang lahi at
Isa
walang
na lang
hawak.
mangyayari niya.
Lahat yan, pag naglahi-lahi, nandun na yung patented gene, it's
He
owned
owns
by the
everything.
company.
Oh my God. Malala pala itong mangyayari sa atin. Malalim pala.
Marami actually yung issue, masalimuot actually.
Malasimuot. Masyado maraming issues
ang
that
masama
are
lang-
pambase.
Ang masama lang doon talaga, hindi nalalaman ng publiko at ayaw rin naman nilang ipaalam kasi nga
No,
may
but forget
mga
the public. The
interest.
public don't want to know. They just want to know who wins the lotto, who is marrying who sa mga artista. Yun naman importante sa publiko Di ba? They don't care
Importante
about
sa ating
other things.
kumain.
Yun. Well, let the intelligentsia fight it out and be part of this. I guess in this case, it's government. I go back to you, Zelda. How do we really expect our judges to be competent enough, to be sensitive enough to all these issues that are masalimuot nga, sabi mo. They're all one on top of the other and the interest, because you're seeing the holistic approach and the end product can be like this. Diba? Then we've got a real problem. And you still feel that they are
Meron naman silang...
you're still confident.
They're introducing
Ay, iba nata
methods.
mga legal, ano? Kasi legal din siya.
They are introducing methods para maintindihan yung difficult issue like BT Talong. In fact, the court invited expert witnesses from both sides.
From Monsanto, from Haiku. Puro sila rin.
hindi
Hindi
na-
wala rin mangyayari.
Yung expert witnesses ay po-provide naman ng mga respondents ng UP LB Foundation Incorporated, ng UP
But they're also
FI.
staying. They're part of it. They have specific interests. To begin with, they shouldn't even be involved. Why not just the academe itself? Why the foundation? It doesn't make sense. The foundation is supposed to be there to be helping out non-profit nga yan, to help out the alumni in the school, whatever. Or that's where they put the funds for better things in the future or whatnot. But di ba dapat
Actually,
yung
you
Pinas
have
budgets?
the very legal questions that we are raising. Yan mismo, eksaktong mga tanong mo, ang aming tinatanong.
At ano
Kasi-
ang mga sagot naman nila?
kasi yung-
Ayaw sumagot pa.
Hindi
Or
pa.
You will
Kasi
find out
yung,
on Wednesday.
Kasi yung mga sagot dyan,
You'll be in for a new
hindi
surprise. We have a new
matatagpuan.
CJ, ha? May iba na lahat. Remember, she comes from God. No, but go ahead.
Kasi yung mga sagot dun sa mga tanong mo, Harry, ay hindi namin natatagpuan sa website nila, sa mga documents that they submitted, sa regulatory body, sa kanilang mga reports and publications. Kaya nga, we are also confused. Sino talaga ang proponent nito?
But you already know, without to point the finger, which I'm doing because I'm not I'm not involved. You can't, but I can. And I'm pointing to the American interest here, the petrochemical interest. They've been here. They've been trying to stay here. They're still making money out of us, di ba? Yan bakit? Number one, hindi naman natin kailangan. Marami naman tayong talong. Di ba sabi ng mga farmers, based on your findings, hindi naman tayo nagkukulang ng talong. Maganda naman yung talong natin, nabibenta. Alam mo, ang hindi ko gusto yung mga ganong kalalaking talong, nakikita mo sa mga, kung saan-saan mga channels sa TV, di ba, yung mga oversized. Wala naman lasa eh. Parang yung mga malalaking garlic na ganong kalalaki. Ang pinakamaganda nga, Ilocos garlic, ganong kaliit lang, napakatapa.
Malasa talaga.
No, tsaka may tapa. Tsaka yung purple na, yung maliit na onion, di ba? Yung sibuyas na maliit, maliit lang yun. Pero ang anghang, konti lang kailangan mo, hindi yung ganong kalaki na puti. At puro tubig lang ang laman. Di ba? Parang ganon. Masarap naman mga vegetables natin, hindi naman natin kailangan kalikuting, so to speak. Di ba? Parang ganon. Greenpeace naman, you're just against period GMO. You're not necessarily against it. You just want them to put more study.
We're against, clarify ko lang, yung technology creating GMOs,
You're not
hindi kami
against
Yung GMOs in the laboratories to produce pharmaceuticals, like yung insulin, hindi kami against. As long as na nandun siya sa laboratory, ang contention namin is yung inilalabas mo yung organisms into agriculture or into the field.
And there's contamination.
Yeah. Yun yung
And you feel-
pinaka-basis namin for our
And at this point, can you say that contamination is already in progress?
It is happening.
Oh my God. Okay. What more can I say? You know, talking to you both, honestly, I feel very inadequate, and I feel I have a very low confidence because of the learned topic that we both speak about, and both of you know it so well. I'm at a disadvantage, and I hope I've been able to bring it out to our audience to help them understand. We've got about 5 more minutes, and I don't want to take more of my time trying to promote myself, you know, in front of this tube. Okay, why don't I give you 2 minutes to start with you, Danny, and give your message to the public on how the viewing public can help, support, assist, and be on your side, if anything, to rally behind you and give them the reasons why. Let's start with you. We have Danny Ocampo, Greenpeace. Go straight to the camera.
I think for the public, ang hinihiling ng Greenpeace is to actually be aware about the issue. They can go to greenpeace.org/GMOs. Nandito lahat yung arguments namin why we are opposed to GMOs. As the eating population, dapat sana tulungan nila kami i-convince yung mga companies dito sa Philippines to stop using GMOs. Ang weird kasi may mga companies dito sa Pilipinas na gumagamit ng GMOs, pero sa Europe at ibang bansa, hindi man silang gumagamit ng GMOs. So dapat hindi yata pumapayag tayong mga Pilipino na gawin tayong eksperimento or guinea pigs. Yun yung
Sino
hinihiling
kausap mo
namin.
dyan? Farmers?
Farmers, lahat tayo kumakain eh. So lahat ng Pilipino dapat mag-decide na ayaw natin sa GMOs.
Okay, Danny. Attorney Zelda Soriano.
Siguro magsusumbong na lang ako sa public.
Please,
Kasi,
take your time. He took only 1 minute, so you have to...
kasi ang problem nga dito sa issue na to, as you described it, it's very technical, scientific, difficult para maunawaan ng karaniwang consumers ng eggplant, karaniwang mga tao na kumakain ito. Kaya umaasa sana yung mga katulad naming who have the time and also in the position to follow issues like this, difficult issues like this, umaasa sana kami na this issue will be regulated properly at in the strictest way possible, or at least sa minimum according dun sa nabanggit kaninang precautionary principle, which is ang esensya at the heart of this principle ay sinasabi lang naman na kapag ang isang bagay ay hindi tayo sigurado sa kanyang safety at nagdedebate pa yung mga nakakaalam, dapat ang naging stand, position, at action ng mga regulatory bodies ay pigilin muna. Specifically dito sa BT Talong na to, the field testing should have not been approved in the first place. Yun ang regulasyon, that's a regulatory process na ini-expect namin if it is to follow the internationally accepted precautionary principle. Problem is, hindi po ganun ang nangyari sa kaso ng BT Talong. Pinayagan ito na may mga nilabag na mga provision, requirements ng mga batas na nagre-regulate mismo sa field testing ng BT Talong. I would qualify nga na hindi pa nga talaga legislative act ang gumagabay o nag-govern sa issue na to kasi wala tayong batas pa, wala tayong Republic Act na masasabi to regulate field testing ng mga genetically modified crops. Meron lamang tayo na isang order na department ang naglabas, yung Department of Agriculture. Problem, yung mismong body na magre-regulate, yung mismong inire-regulate na batas, ay kanyang inilabas. At ang mismong body na to, na in-expect mong mag-regulate, ay mismong body who is promoting genetically modified crops. So, parang saan kami lalapit? Kaya kami ay naobliga na tumungo sa korte. Kaya umaasa kami, the court will help us.
Thank you very much. Ang tawag po dyan, niluto sa sariling mantika. Parang ganun po. Tayo ang niluto. Well, thank you very much, Greenpeace, Attorney Zelda, Danny Ocampo.
Thank you, Harry.
Alam mo, you're only as good as what you know. That's the problem. And there are some whose interests prevail who are not necessarily with good intention. That's the problem. All you're asking is, let's stay with the basics, let's stay with the same parameters, so all things remain equal as we go along. Well, we're going to have to end the show. I hope you've earned. How do our viewers get in touch? They just log on to your webpage, which is just Greenpeace Philippines, right?
greenpeace.org.ph.
.org.ph. And you have a telephone number just in case?
Yeah, it's on the website.
It's on the website. So tumawag na lang po kayo and get there. Or you can email me. And I hope we have brought some more information that makes sense other than, nanalo ka! It's not true, linuloko kita. Magandang gabi po. My name is Harry Tambuatco. Thank you very much. Danny, thank you so much.
Harry, thank you for
You are what you watch.